Yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Moreno here from the Actor CEO podcast, of course, and actorceo.com. I'm jumping on today to give you a little insight as to what's coming up next now that we are fully 1 month into 2019. We're going to be trying to make some more progress in terms of the Actor CEO podcast and what Actor CEO podcast and actorceo.com and everything associated with it brings you. We'll talk a little bit about that today. I also want to cover the January contest, which I am super excited about. We've got these great prizes. We've got some people who won a masterclass. I'm really stoked about that. So I'll talk about when we're going to announce those winners and also what this month's theme is. The month of February, as you may have noticed, we've started 2019 by bringing a theme to each month with the content that we put out with Actor CEO. And this month is discipline, which I think is a really important theme when it comes to building your acting business. So I'm going to bring up my notes really quick here. And you will see any comments you can, of course, drop in the comments of this video. I think I've also created a poll, which may show up. I'm not sure. I don't see it on my end, but I'm trying to look for some insight into what type of content you might want to see. So if you see that poll, go ahead and answer those questions. But when I broach that subject here on my little task list, you can certainly drop comments below any suggestions that you have. So right off the bat, first of all, thank you for your patience in terms of the contest. I have been sick, as I'm sure you can hear, for the last few days. That's what happens when your son gets sick, then your wife gets sick, and then you get sick, and now your son's sick again. It's like, it's a terrible cycle. So winter in New York City brings a lot of challenges, as many of you might know. So anyway, thanks for your patience on that. But in regards to this month's theme, discipline is something that we're going to be focused on in February. So I've had a lot of guests come on the show, and we always try to really dig deep, and I think you guys appreciate this because it seems that way from the feedback, really dig deep into what it does mean to actually build a business as an actor, right? To be the person in charge, to be the entrepreneur who's out there making it happen, because we know that it never happens overnight. It takes real work over a sustained period of time. And that real work over a sustained period of time is the discipline part. So how can you evaluate what it is that you want to accomplish and the work that you need to do in order to reach those goals, and how then can you implement that work? That's the discipline that I would like to focus on in the month of February. So one of the best ways to do that is actually, to look at what you're trying to accomplish and put it into a time frame that you can actually complete that makes sense for you. I understand if you're working another job, if you if you've got other, like, maybe health issues, or you're taking care of a family member or whatever, you're trying to fit your acting career in the spaces that you have to work with, right? In the availability that you have to focus on building this business. But in that time frame, you must focus on it in a really strategic way, right? You have to know that every piece of energy that you put into it is devoted and is working toward a result. One of the ways that you can do that is certainly hold yourself accountable, with other groups, whether it's the Acting Business Mastery group, of course, the Actor CEO offers, whether it's other groups out there on Facebook, whether it's actually a group of actors in your area that you can connect with so that you can hold each other accountable. What did you accomplish this week, right? What are you looking to accomplish next week? What are the tasks that you need to do in order to move the needle towards those goals and actually get it done? If you need new headshots, then you need to get the money together to get the headshots, research the right people so that you know who's going to be shooting it, know what your branding is, know what your type is, lock everything in, know exactly what you need to accomplish so that you can get the best results. And then what do you do with those new headshots, right? Where are you going to get them printed, and keep all your receipts, and because this is a business expense. And then what are you going to do with them? Are you going to be taking those out because they're commercial shots and you're going to be dropping them off with commercial agents? Are you going to be dropping them off at commercial casting? Is that what you're going to be doing? How often are you going to do that a week? And what is the results that you're looking to get, right? that's how you think about it like a business. If you were a business, you would need to do marketing, right? And this is one of the ways to do that. So so I encourage you to think about it that way. So the first step is to evaluate what is your process. What are you looking to accomplish this year? In 2019, where do you want to be? And then work back from there. What is my end result? And work back from there to figure out what is the next step. If I want to be here by the end of the year, then that means that I need to accomplish these things in the next 6 months. Well, if I need to do that, then that means I need to accomplish X, Y, Z in the next 90 days. And if I'm going to do that, then that means I need to do A, B, C in the next 3 weeks. And in order to do that, that means I need to do something tomorrow, something specific tomorrow, right? You understand? So like that's how you can break it down for yourself. And I found, the feedback I've gotten is that one of the best ways to do that is join the Acting Business Mastery group, click on discussion. As soon as you join, I'm sorry, not discussion. As soon as you join the Acting Business Mastery group, you'll see an announcements tab, right? Click on the announcements. There's a challenge in there that I call the 5-day, 5-month challenge. That means that you're going to plan out, you're going to create an action plan for yourself for the next 5 months so that you can accomplish that big goal, right? What is it that you're going to do for the next 5 months to get to this end result? And in 5 days, you're going to take 5 days to plan out exactly what it is, day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, to get to that goal. And we've got a lot of great results. I think you've seen some of the reviews that I've posted about it, that people have said about the challenge, that it's great. It's a really useful tool. It's free, so totally take advantage of it. If there's another tool out there you want to use, if there's a journaling or something like that that you find very effective for yourself, go ahead and use that. But you got to do something, because you got to do something that holds yourself accountable and creates this system of discipline for yourself, so that every day you know exactly what you're doing, you know why you're doing it, and you know what goal you're moving towards. So I encourage you to use February as the month to really focus on those systems for yourself. So next I want to talk about is the January contest. So the January contest I'm super excited about, because I got a lot of great feedback. Basically, I put it out there. I said, you share about the podcast, and there's some prizes that you can win, and there's great books that you get just by participating. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you need to get on the newsletter. You can go to actorceo.com/newsletter, and you can be part of all the fun extra stuff that comes along from Actor CEO. And anybody who's on the newsletter will tell you, you certainly don't get spammed with a bunch of content. It's all very focused around what the podcast is doing and what sort of fun announcements might be out there. But that's where people found out about the contest. And so I'm going to announce those winners tomorrow. So the same time, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 1:30 p.m. 12:30 p.m. Pacific Time. And that's when I'm going to announce it, is tomorrow. So all the winners, if you want to find out, I'll certainly repost things, but definitely tune in tomorrow for the Facebook Live, because I will announce those winners. And I'm super excited that people got a bunch of books. We're giving away The Broken Beautiful Life by Stephanie O'Connell, who was on the show, which is one of the best received episodes I've ever done. So people really appreciated her money-saving tips and a lot of her financial advice. So I wanted to make sure that people got her book. I'm giving away a free master class, which is incredible. Jodie Foster has a class now. You can take a class with Samuel Jackson. You can take a class with Steve Martin. Shonda Rhimes has a class. Spike Lee has a class. Come on. It's one of the best online learning courses out there, I think. They just really offer an exceptional piece of content, and at a really great price. Again, $99. So someone's getting that for free, which I'm super stoked about, because they participated in the contest. So I think I'm going to do it again. I don't know when. If you missed out and you want to be a part of it, certainly let me know in the comments. Hit me up in Messenger or whatever, and I will find a time that's appropriate to do the contest again. But I was certainly very excited to see all the winners. And then let's see what else I want to make sure that I cover in our little update here. Oh yeah, so like I said, I think there's a poll attached to this Facebook Live. If not, what I'm trying to figure out from you guys is what type of content you want to see next. So I've had some interesting feedback with people that I've met at events and other places that I go out, and they either recognize me from the show or we get to talking about it and we get some feedback. I've had people come up to me and be like, "Oh man, you should write a book about all this." Like, because we've interviewed over 100 plus, industry pros, and there's a lot of great advice in there that can also be categorized and things like that. And I'm sure you've seen books that do something similar. So that was the first time I'd ever heard that suggestion, which I was really surprised by. I was like, okay, well, if people want it, then maybe a book is the right way to deliver some of this information. And if that's true, then put it in the comments. If you think a book would be something that you would be interested in, then there are ways to go about doing that, and I would certainly be happy to work on it if people wanted it. And maybe there's other types of content that you think would be useful, or that are ways for you to actually engage with this information on a more consistent basis. All I'm trying to do is make sure that I deliver the information to you and that you're able to use it. Sometimes I know sometimes video doesn't work for people because they need a way to maybe read it. I know that the blogs have exploded the traffic on the website. So I started putting a lot of this information into the blogs, right? So and my traffic on the website has tripled in the last few months. I've been putting up a list of reviews of equipment and a list of equipment and things like that for self-taping, and that's all been incredible. So obviously there's a big response to the blog and that type of written content, which is fantastic. But maybe there's another type of content that you think you would like to see, or that you would like to have available to you from the Actor CEO. Maybe it's downloadable stuff. I don't know. I mean, this is the opportunity for us to come up with something really specific and really useful for us, for this community. So I think that's great. And now we have the internet. We have all these amazing tools available to us to actually develop something like this. So I'm super stoked about that. So if you have any suggestions or comments, put them down. Maybe you want a different type of video content. Maybe you want some interviews available in different formats. Maybe shorter, almost like a course. Almost. I know people have come up to me. I started talking about Facebook ads for actors. I know I have had actors on the show who have used Facebook ads successfully to promote themselves, which again is a tool that we didn't have really like 5 or 8 years ago. And now we actually have that ability to get in front of casting people, get in front of producers, get in front of directors, get in front of industry people by literally spending $20 on Facebook to get in front of these specific people, which is pretty outstanding. So I've certainly used Facebook ads for my business. I've talked to other people who have used it as well. I think that there's a great marriage there between creators, certainly artists like actors, and the Facebook ads if they know how to use it. So I've had people say, hey, I would love to have a class on this so I can understand how to use this for my acting and for my business, and like show off my reel and all that sort of stuff. So I think that that's a great idea, and I will certainly do it, again, if people are interested in it. So if you have suggestions like that, maybe you've seen some other shows, maybe you've seen some other podcasts do something creative, maybe you've seen something that works really well for you in terms of downloadable content, like I said, something that you can take with you, I will be happy to provide if it's something that you want. So, and don't be shy. You can always reach out to me in the comments, in Messenger, on Instagram. I'm always there, so feel free to give me a shout out, and I take all feedback seriously. So that's really it. I just want to do this quick update so that you guys are aware and that you have these opportunities, and you know what I'm opening my ears for and certainly listening for, and also you know what's coming. So there's a lot more content. Of course, it's going to be coming out, as I said, regarding February's month of discipline. And we'll be focusing on that. And yeah, any other suggestions that you guys have, certainly hit me up. I know the newsletter, again, is a way for you to stay connected with some stuff that doesn't always come across the public feed. Also in the Acting Business Mastery Group, we've got an interview up there right now with a woman who has created, an actor who has created an acting tool called actorsguru.com that is a scheduling and database tool for actors, which is pretty cool. So that interview is exclusive right now to the Acting Business Mastery Group. And of course, you can check it out there in its entirety. And then I will be breaking out smaller pieces of that content to share with the community at large. So there you go, guys. Let me know what's up. Let me know what you want to see and what's been working for you. I appreciate the reviews. I appreciate the feedback. The podcast is growing exponentially all the time. We're reaching a worldwide audience. I think I just recently checked, I think in January, and we had almost 45,000 downloads since launching this podcast, which is incredible. We've got listeners in like Bangladesh and India, of course, and in Australia and the UK and Saturn. No, that's not true. But like all over the world, which I'm always very appreciative of. In Canada, shout out to Canada, in Mexico, which is really exciting. And of course, the website is getting a lot of that same love and appreciation. So thank you so much for that support, and to the growing audience who comes on board and is like, oh yeah, there's actually some good stuff here. I do appreciate that. So yeah, I'll connect in with you again tomorrow when I announce the winners, and a little pre-congratulations to those winners. And yeah, can't wait to connect with you guys again through all these different means. All right, stay classy, actors, and we'll talk again soon.